I think football has actually helped me a lot in life. I'm living a different world from the world I lived when I was growing up. It's completely different from what I had in my head. Different experiences, different situations. These are the things that actually shape you and mold who you are. These sports take you places. This sport make you meet people from different regions, different continents. Football at my feet has always been a thing of joy. Anything can happen and everything is possible. Africa and Nigeria, beautiful culture, beautiful people, and of course, the most important part, we are happy people. Growing up, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I never had the intention to play football professionally. I had other things in mind. I wanted to be a lawyer. And then at some point, I changed my mind because I realized I was good at playing soccer. I said I want to play soccer to the highest level. The mentality of the parent is always the girl child, you're supposed to be at home, you're supposed to be helping your parents to cook or clean their house or whatever, just do some crazy works at home. While the male child can go out and play with friends. My parents didn't want me to play football, they didn't want me to do sports at all. Every time I come back home dirty or whatever, it was always like a big fight between myself and my mom. Why is your uniform dirty or whatever? They didn't like it, especially my dad. He didn't like the idea of me playing soccer because they believe I was going to be distracted from my school activity. It was really difficult. Sometimes when I go out to play, they don't give me food. When I come back, I had to run to my grandmother so they don't beat me and all of that. On a Sunday, I went to play football at the stadium without telling my parents, obviously. I was playing with the men's team, and I was playing so good. And then some of the guys were telling me, oh, there's a team playing at the pitch there. And then the guys were telling me, oh, there's a female team playing. I said, female team? Are they female soccer players? Like, I was surprised. Do female teams actually have a team?
Oh, they gained 1,000.
Coach saw me while I was playing with the men's team. And then he was like, who are you? Where are you from?
She knelt down, she greeted me. I looked at her, and I told her, do you want to play for FC Rubo? She said, I would love to play, but you will come and see my mother first. You come and see my father first. How can you bang down your neck?
I told him, no, that's not going to be possible. I'm not from the family where soccer is actually appreciated. I said, okay, the only solution is if you can speak with my parents. And then he took the number, they came to my family, spoke with my dad, pleaded with him, and then he said, okay.
The father was the first person to agree. The mother was still skeptical, but the father agreed. And that was the beginning of the journey. What was outstanding when I met Z was her height. Because in my team, I don't have a player that's tall as that. The first thing I developed, based on her physique, was her speed. She has exceptional speed. So, seeing that speed, at times she would run and leave the ball behind. I had to teach her how to carry the ball, run with the ball, how to shoot, how to nod because of her height.
I started my career as a striker. I went to the Under-20s World Cup in 2012 as a defensive midfield player. The coach there said to me that, oh, you're strong, you like to win the ball, you're strong on the ball, you have a lot of strength and you have speed.
She came back, I blasted her. I sat her down and I make her to understand, I said, my friend, I never trained you to be a midfielder. I trained you to be a destructive machine. Go and tell your coaches you are a striker. You are not a midfielder. The next World Cup, they played her as a striker.
The 2014 World Cup, that was the World Cup that changed the whole story. I was young. I just wanted to enjoy. Like, I just wanted to have fun. I was just enjoying the game, trying to make every moment count. And also thinking about my family, like, okay, I don't know if I will get the opportunity to play at the world stage again.
Nigeria take the chance. Yes. Asisat Oshoala's moment.
I played as a striker, scored a lot of goals. It was just me having fun. I didn't have any pressure.
Playing the World Cup is like a ladder to stardom.
Decent ball in, and it's a great start again by Nigeria. They've got to defend against Oshoala, who's quick. She's very quick. Oshoala on a double.
Playing the World Cup gave her a better leverage, and they now took her to the next level of her career.
Asisat Oshoala just the keeper to beat. The golden girl for Nigeria does it again. Oshoala, another standout performance. Oh, fantastic goal! Again, Oshoala's in. The bounce doesn't favour her. She might get another chance here. Goalkeeper committed! A great, brilliant hat-trick. That's a dangerous one, and Oshoala's got a fourth.
Football is a teamwork. It's not one person. I had a good team. I kept on going. It was a roller coaster of emotion.
And here's Oshoala, and this is a real chance. Oshoala against Kemper. Misses. A let-off for the Germans. Flicked on towards Ayila, and then Oshoala, and it's in, but it's not going to count.
We lost a lot of chances. We scored, it was cancelled. But that's football.
Gets to the byline, cuts it back, real chance, goal, Germany! It's Peterman again!
When my team lost that day, and I was called up to come get the golden boot, the golden ball, I didn't even know what was going on. I was just walking for the sake of walking because I felt so bad. We deserved to win the final. It didn't ring well in my head that I won something. It was until after the tournament, I realized that, okay, I just won the golden boot and the golden ball in a big stage. My parents, after, they were so happy, especially my dad. He was so proud. His friends were always calling him Oshoala, Oshoala. They don't call him Oshoala before, they call him by his name before. But after the World Cup, they started calling him Oshoala. My dad asked me, okay, do you really want to take this up because it looks like you're good and I don't want to stop your dream, I don't want to kill your dream. I was so surprised, I was shocked because during the tournament and everything, I was like, no, I had zero chance of going professional with the game. I was just having fun and all of that with it, you know, because I knew what they wanted me to do. So I told him, yes, I want to carry on with this. And he said, okay, you have my support. So it was actually after the Under-20s World Cup, I actually got the full support from my parents. I had a series of offers on the table from France, from England, from different countries. My dad was like, it's your first time leaving Nigeria to Europe to work, so you have to think about language barrier. So that was why I chose England. Moving to Europe actually made me switch a lot of things. It helped me and molded me to become a proper professional player, you know. Got coaches who can actually analyze your football. You can watch your own game after the game. I can actually see my mistakes, see where to correct, see what to do. When you say you're a professional soccer player, you have to understand that there are things that actually come with it as well, and it's not meant to be comfortable for you. So you have to learn how to adjust. Being the first African in the league, I just want to make sure I play to the point where the teams in England will have confidence in African players, because if I'm the only person, it means I'm representing the whole of Africa. If I do well, they're going to have confidence to bring in more African talent to the league. And if I play badly, maybe it's going to give them a doubt in mind. So I took it as a responsibility.
Playing in the Women's World Cup in Canada, she attained a standard in her own personal career because that is the peak of women football.
And now Nigeria break. Asisat Oshoala, Super Z scores for Nigeria.
It was my first World Cup with the first team. I was a rookie in the team. I started knowing the female players. When I wake up in the morning, I want to go out, see them, see what they do and all of that, She came to me and wanted to be close to me because she said she liked the way I play. I motivate her. I see her as my younger sister, my sport daughter. Wherever we go, we take our culture with us. Football is one of the sports that's actually brought together a lot of culture in Nigeria. You see people who don't even speak the same language, and then they become friends. Then all of a sudden, they start to communicate. I love her energy. I love how she's so focused and want to win everything. She never want to lose.
Player can come from me, from scratch, grow, and play in the World Cup. I clap for myself. That was the only memory I can never forget.
So the USA start this match very much as the strong favourites. Nigeria needing at least a draw today to have any chance of qualifying. Oshoala is through here and just denied by the save. And turned in, Abby one back. The United States of America in front. The United States have won here by 1-0.
Okay, take a second if you want.
At that tournament, I had senior players in the team, but also I was made to take responsibility. I think that was a tournament that I actually said to myself that no matter how small you are, you can actually be a leader.
We had the chance to qualify, but we just misused it ourselves. So it's just a matter of next time, and I think it's just an experience for us.
All the best, Fred. Thank you very much.
She matured in the game, in her character. Everything about Asisat changed. She became more of a fighter. I'm a striker and I love to score goals. That's what I love to do. And when it's not clicking or when it's not happening, you start thinking about a lot of things. Being alone abroad, no family, no friends, it's not a good thing because it really messes with the head, especially when you're going through things with the club or with your game, or your game is not going well. I thought it maybe going back home or just thinking of something else or doing something else.
She started in Liverpool and things weren't that smooth. And she's changed to Arsenal, still in the same country. Things were still not very smooth for her the way she wanted.
So I feel like all my career, every step I actually made is actually meaningful. It was in China that I actually got my confidence back. I played a lot, I scored a lot of goals. China was an amazing place and it was the right place for me to move to at that point in time in my career. After my second year in China, the offer came for me to play for Barca. I was so happy, I was really excited. I was like, Barcelona, really? Are you being serious?
When she went to China, people were like, Asisat football will go down. Why did you go to China? Why did you do this? Negative things all over. But she never listened. Before you know, Asisat from China to Barcelona, one of the biggest in the world.
That tournament was a tournament that actually made a statement to football lovers that women's team actually have their own fan base. We had some games, the stadiums were filled, and outside the stadium, the people were still outside watching. You know, these things are amazing to see now. It wasn't like this a couple of years back. This is the growth we want. This is the growth we're talking about. I was the assistant captain, so there was high expectation from everyone that, oh, she plays in Barca. Let's see what she's going to bring. She's going to bring a lot of strength to the team. You're playing top flight football. People want to see you bring that same energy to the national team. I can't hide under anyone's shadow. The more you grow, the higher the challenge. As a player, I think I did my best. Could be better too. I scored just one goal.
Stabbed forward to Oshoala to use her pace and use her strength and finish brilliantly. Asisat Oshoala.
Chance for France. VAR always checking for any game-changing incidents. Not a straight one, but it is her second yellow. It's Renard. France have done it. And Nigeria have to hope now that that will be enough for them to be one of the 4 best third-place finishers.
The good thing is we qualified to the next round. It can only happen in my dream, you know. This is what football can do to you. Everything that seemed impossible, it's actually very, very possible. I got injured against France, so I couldn't play against Germany.
Dabritz, very well struck penalty kick. And that's a third goal.
We lost to Germany. We were not at the best level during the tournament. But the goal for us is to qualify for the next 2023 World Cup. If we get to the tournament, we then try to surpass the stage of round of 16.
When you see the kind of spirit she brings into the game, it wakes every other player up. She wants to be the best.
Somebody wey eye deep, now from fine go they cry. So before you go reach where people dey, water go don dey come out. So I am talking to you in parable. You have done it before and you always do it again. You see, Z playing abroad, playing in big competitions like World Cup, have a very positive effect on youth, most particularly in Lagos. It motivated the upcoming player. If these people can do this thing, What's wrong with me?
I don't think I can speak about my football career without mentioning Coach Osama, because that's like the only person who actually gave me the mind to carry on.
My friends used to tell me, don't worry, one day you'll play with Asisat at FC Robo. So she was the only lady I used to hear about. Seeing her playing in TV and doing great, it shows us that there is hope for African players out there, a bigger space for us to go there and occupy, to be consistent in our game, especially the female footballers in our local league, so we can get better offers out there.
People used to say if I see it as a pressure or whatever. I don't see it as a pressure, you know. I didn't have the opportunity to look up to women soccer players growing up.
She touches their life. She makes sure they don't fall by the roadside. She does not come and start flaunting power or ego around that I have traveled. No, she's down to earth. It affects my team, it affects the society positively.
Looking back at her story, see where she's playing now, I think it would give parents the mind to want to let their daughters play football. Seeing Asisat, every parent wants their child to play football now.
Being the best in the World Cup and the 4 times African best, that is consistency, which is very important in football.
Asisat is one name people want to hear. Asisat is that person that when she's coming home, it's like an angel coming to visit Nigeria. Everybody wants to meet her, everybody wants to take pictures with her. So that's how global a name and a personality is in Nigeria.
No matter where you go to, always remember home. And I think that is what she's doing. I think she's the queen of Lagos.
I didn't get everything I wanted when I was younger. I had to fight for it. I had to fight my parents as well for it. It's meaningful, you know, it's actually leads to something, it has a meaning to it. There's a deep meaning to everything that happens. Initially, when I started playing football, my dad was like my enemy. But right now, they're my biggest fan. Before I play games or whatever, my mom's gonna send me a long text, praying for me, calling me before games, and I'll be like, Mom, I have game in like in an hour. I can't take calls in the locker room, you know? Now they even know my fixtures even before me. My dad will be like, how are you preparing, blah, 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 you know? So it's just beautiful to see these things. There are not so many opportunities for the girl child in the society. There are not so many competitions for them. And their parents still feel like if you have to go to school, you can't do sports or whatever. Anytime I think about my experience growing up, I just think about these kids that are facing the same thing, you know? And for someone like me, I speak from my experience. It actually happened to me, and it's still happening right now to the younger ones. I just try as much as I can to give hope to these kids, to make them realize that their dreams are actually achievable. And also I try to hold seminars with parents to kind of like speak with them, have heart-to-heart conversations with them to make them realize that there is always a way of merging education and sport together. You don't feed yourself, you don't clothe yourself, you have to listen to your parents. So if the mentality of the parents actually changes, then it will help the kids as well to achieve their dreams.
There's nobody that can be compared to her. And that, an African girl.
I would say an icon looks like an Asisat. She possesses all the attitude. She's a motivation. And being the first African to win the Champions League, that's wow.
I started seeing how inspirational it was for a lot of people, even people who are actually not into sports, but people who just read stories and they just feel inspired. You know, as a little kid, when you're growing, you have certain things you set out for yourself, especially when I decided to choose football as my path. Said I want to get to the highest level, going to the World Cup, win the Women's Champions League. Anything can happen and everything is possible.
Yeah, the practice gets worth it when the practice makes perfect. You gotta earn it, you gotta sacrifice and be assertive. To be the greatest, stay humble, stay focused, don't stumble. And you best be ready to rumble, come with a lion's heart in the jungle. Know when I'm doing it right, I know when I'm doing it wrong. I know when I'm doing it better than anyone else on the scene when they're calling me Don. I know how to do this thing on a rap, know how to do this thing on a song. Know how to put in the work and win in the race, and here is where I belong.